Thank you so much.
Oh yes, yes indeed. What a good day. And of course, a pleasing duty and honor it feels to be right back behind these microphones to engage. This is the job that we have. This is the job that we love. This is what we like doing. We do it solely for the people.
They are freedom fighters.
And it's very good to be back behind these microphones after a very long weekend. Restful for some. And of course, filled with the with events and activities. So we are here to summarize and make news. Summarize and of course have conversation about some of these things, whether political, social, economics, and just whatever they may be. This is your show. This is your station, the People Radio, Freedom 87.9, beaming live and direct from the nation's capital. Just wherever you are this morning, a pleasant good morning, a good morning to all of you. And yes, welcome to yet another intriguing conversation for you on the breakfast platform. There are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in the country. What's the menu? Charge, loaded, just all of what all of the ingredients required for a sumptuous breakfast. So we begin from rehab. We begin from the home of the President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Numa Boakai. And yes, the conversation begins right there in the compound of the president for what some believe was equal to desecration, and others believe was a smart endeavor to demonstrate the capacity of the president to deliver. And yes, right in the compound of the president, there transpired an appreciation, they say, what disadvantage you, Adrix you, Zogo, and Zogi, just however way you would like to call them, gather over the weekend in what they believe was a ceremony to appreciate the president. For them, for what the president has done, I say his developmental agenda across the country. And this has ignited a barrage of public controversies around the organization, the execution, the planning, the rationality behind what transpired in the home of the president, Mr. Joseph Numa Boakai. On his return, just when the president has returned and escaped a major debt situation, when the plane, the private jet bringing the president from Nigeria, crash landed at the Rabas International Airport, the details of which the government of Liberia has kept secret from the Liberian people. Oh yes, indeed. It was a terrible scene. The president nearly lost his life. All praises to God that he survived. But yes, it was indeed heartbreaking. The trauma, the disturbance. It took the president about 30 to 40 minutes or even plus in the restroom at the presidential lounge there at the Roberts International Airport, recuperating from the turmoil, the trauma caused or inflicted as a result of few handful of people within his government conniving and bringing into the country an over 30 plus years old ratting jet to fly the president. But again, the man who said he was going to be using wheelbarrow have normalized private jet. So the man went for old ratting jet and put the country at risk. This is not only about Baka, but it's about Liberia. Liberians witnessed that. Then we come back home to talk about the Liberia Council of Churches. They are in the news for the wrong reasons. As political conversation has not been favorable for leaders of the Liberia Council of Churches. In their unwelcome attempt to serve as a regular awardee. And we saw the folks who carry award for LEC the LCC of yesteryear was that moral compass guarding the society and serving as a strong voice. Today, the LCC has been a certificate tutor passing around from one government entity to the other, recognizing and bestowing honor. Something is not right. But not only the LCC, the Imam Council some week ago of Liberia was also seen bestowing honor on Mamaka Billet. So whatever disaster is it, the two primary religions in the country have fallen prey to these things, and it continue to go. So it's like a competition between the two. The shipping sides of the conversation for you this morning, plus other issues making news in Liberia, the politics, the economic, the social, are all lined up for you this morning on your favorite breakfast platform. And indeed, when they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. And when it came to time, it became something else. My name is Abu Sharif. As always, it's good to have you join us. And of course, let me bring in Hagar Gunn. Hagar, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you. Good morning to other Liberians. Energetically, it's good that we back here after an interesting weekend. For Spurs, it was something very, very disappointing for us who love the game of soccer. But for the governance of our country and the politics of our country, it was interesting. For the first time in our country's history, at least we saw Zogos being able to purchase T-shirt, print them, bar bottle, mineral water, charter buses and things to ensure that at least they can go and appreciate the president for a role that we are not seeing. And all of that is important. It's good. But Abu, on the contrary to that, we got audios and evidence of how people were paid. People were being promised that, hey, let's do this. We include your own government. Let's do this.
The statement was even made.
Yeah,
but we have these recordings.
videos and things. The recordings are here. So the guys say they promise to give a job. Imagine a guy is telling you, my country can't disappoint. But it's good. We got these things. We'll play them out for you.
And you will be the judge.
You will be the judge. At least we were able to make our way in the ghettos. So some of the popular ghettos around here, and with having that conversation, you get to know the real conversation. What led to that thing, and what the government is trying to hard, what the government is trying to do call up for. And in the mix of all of that, they are threatening Abu. They are threatening just in line with why the government did what they did to call on Zogos or to pay them to come and appreciate the president. The guys have started to threaten and intimidate people who they believe got interest in forming a part of the planned July 17 protest by STEM and all of that.
Who are the ones threatening?
Government no, it's from the government angle. Government officials are calling people threatening and warning them to stay away from the protest and all of that, especially some of those who they believe are in their line. The guys, imagine the guys took phone and call somebody from somebody who is a former EPS, those who they dismiss and all of that. So he called the person and said, he called the guy by his full name and said, "Are you this person?" The guy said, "Yeah." He says, so the government is making this to appear in the public that the people want to overthrow the president. So they say, all of you planning to overthrow the president on July 17th and all of that. So, but these conversations, the good thing is we can sit. So long our WhatsApp and our messengers are active, we get all of the latest news about Liberia, even the one that you can get. It will interest you to know that Gregory Cuomo took our police officers from here, assigned them to rural mining companies. And in King George, Grand Cape County, the police officers that were assigned to the company are now have now turned to drivers. So they are driving companies' vehicles there and getting salary for that. So the guys who should be doing the work, the guys who they are laying off as a result of the police involvement into the
so why have they turned to drivers?
Because the guys want money. So Gregory sent them there to go there.
So the driving thing as side hustle.
Yeah, it's the driving as side hustle. But what is happening now is those guys who have been there, they are losing their jobs, and as we speak, they are planning officially to engage the media. They've called me and said the early part of this month they are expected to come to town and be able to speak to the media.
So is the drivers that are planning to
the drivers
so because the police people taking their job.
Yeah, the police people are taking their jobs. So as a result of that, they got issue and they want to express their anger out to make if it is the president, to make the president to be aware of what is happening and all of that. But it's good that we're back here. Good morning to you, Liberians. Continue to follow us up, continue to share the live Facebook feed, and continue to send in your comments to some of these talking points. And yes, trust me, we will sit right here to talk about them. And yes, you can trust us for that.
That's correct. And also, this government promised nothing but change, and this government promised a clamp down on corruption, as she argued that the past government did very little in clamping down on corruption, and of course in showing efficiency in public service and all of that. Those were the campaign messages, the heralding campaign messages of now President Joseph Boakai, right, as he sought the presidency of our country. So it has been about 17 months, and all we see in the country, folks, believe it or not, is that Liberia has moved from worse to ridiculous at every level, whether it's job creation, whether it's capacity building, whether it's the education sector, whether it's the health sector. There is a very disturbing report from the JFK Hospital, the John F. Kennedy Hospital. Very disturbing images, footage, and videos of patients and a poor treatment condition. And this is happening no time but under the watch of the rescue father. And this is important when we're having this conversation. It's about the country. It's not about you who concern only with your pockets and your bellies. No, but rather it's about the generality of the Liberian population. So when you have a country where healthcare is failing, healthcare is going down, right, and people are trying to shield that, they do not want conversations to be held about those things. The JFK management did too much to suppress these issues as they were happening, right? But it has reached a point where you can no longer contain it. So it has come out in the public. And now you're seeing patients on live camera, right, explaining their ordeals, very terrible ordeals. And you have a president, right, who has been shielded, who has been put in cage and disconnected from the reality of the war, disconnected from what is happening in the country. And this is exactly what is happening. The president appoints his kinsman to be the city mayor of Monrovia, unchecked, unsupervised. This kinsman, what have we learned, right? First of all, he began with closing his personal enterprise.
Yeah, his printing press.
Right? He shut it down because he used that proceed from that enterprise to finance and support the president's campaign bid. So in compensation of that, right, the president rewards him with the city mayor position of Montserrat, of Monrovia City.
So he don't see himself as obligated to the country or the city, but instead he feels he's still running his enterprise because he bought, according to him, he bought where he got, what he got, and where he is. So he don't feel obligated to the country. That's why you see the country, the city being run like this, incorporating people who were heading. I'm told he had a printing press, I should say, where a lady, one panel was heading. I don't know how far is that, but it's terrible. This is like bro for you on the back island.
Okay, so basically, these things are all. That's what people discourage nepotism in democracy, right? So because when you do that, you give room for unchecked and management, right? Lack of supervision, because people always skip that because of the relationship and all of that. But Siafa is in the news for all of the wrong reasons, and we have been highlighting the leadership the leadership gap at the Monrovia city government. And a lot of you have seen it from a partisan, standpoint, where you think, as much as we did not support Bwaka's election, right? Then that means no matter what we are flagging, no matter how genuine they are, right? You seem to play deaf ear, but the reality is coming home, right? This man now is being investigated, accused and investigated for a lot of administrative issues in that place. So we have too many recordings. We have too many screenshots from the chat room, right? Senior management chat room, managers chat room, right? And other departmental chat rooms where disagreements, disenchantment, and workers of MCC are there. Even as we speak now, there are serious disgruntlement within the MCC, right? Unfair treatment of people. Managers who were brought in by Siafa, his friends and his cronies, are paid a different level, while other managers who are not seen within his immediate cycle, right? Within his immediate cycle, are paid far lesser, and in fact, salaries are delayed and unattended to. Siafa owes managers in that place for well over 8 months, some 15 months, some even more. I am telling you, you will be shocked. This is the government that's carrying out all kinds of PR that they do not owe anybody. I am telling you, I'm not telling you the layman in MCC. I'm telling you managers in MC, and I challenge anybody to come and deny that. The managers in the MCC, in the employ of MCCs, city manager, that is mid-level, and administrative positions. They are there that have not taken pay for 15 months, well over some 10 months, right? Almost the entire period for as long as Yafa has been head of that entity. So the question becomes, how do you expect these family heads to take care of their family responsibilities? How do you expect them to send their children to school? How do you expect them to pay rent and even come to work, report to work every day and now? But these are all part of the attempt to purge people out of the system. But these are exposing of the bad leadership that's going on at the MCC. But do I expect when we have this conversation that the president will take action? Absolutely not. But it's important to let you know, because guess what? Whenever there's a situation with key people in the government, the president does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? A case study is with the MCSS. To the extent even the board of the MCSS agrees that the guy is corrupt, the president has ignored the plight of the people, the students, the board, right? Even the LACC and all of these things. He has ignored everything. And this is it. But for the record, it's important that we communicate. So we'll play some of these and talk about them, right here on the show this morning. Freedom 87.9. Today is Monday and we are paying $4,000. It's 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. And at 8:15, we intend to do our very first draw, right? And paid money to our first batch of winners. Yes, Liberia, it is good. We have not forgotten. Last week, we began the process of reviewing the audit report from the executive mansion. We told you that there were terrible corruptions going on there, and I managed over the weekend to speak to an insider, right, from the Human Resource section of the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, the President's office, and it was confirmed to me that the LACC report about illegal hiring, right, illegal hiring under this regime was understated.
Okay.
Right? That it is even understated. That 74 is an understatement. So the number is well over 100 and change. Almost 200 people. A Cornelia Kratupa, a Sylvester Grisby, right? Illegally hired and put on the payroll, some of whom are not real human beings. So this is it. So I've seen subsequently Cornelia have taken to social media. There's a social media government. When you had the opportunity to administratively address the issues of malfeasance with payroll management, you feel, right? The LACC provided you ample time, even additional time, grace period, yet still you feel, and you come on social media to mesmerize folks, Liberians out there. Everything Cornelia Cross says on the internet are all immaterial to the allegations levied. She had due process to avail all of the facts and evidence. It took her months to provide the 74 human beings, even though we are now being told reliably that it's more than 74. She took money for these people as far as we are concerned. Because I'm told that she was at the center of that illegal operation. This lady wants to contest in district number 13. This lady has always been flogged by Color Green, and she believes in her mind that the only advantage Color Green has over her is Color Green financial kindness and generosity to the folks in district 13. So she's using the office to maximize her financial capacity, increase her potential or wherewithal, right, in being politically philanthropic around the election. So she's exploiting every illegal means to siphon resources out of the ministry into her personal account to prepare for her bid in district number 13. This is dangerous for the people of Liberia. Some of you can decide to partisan last this conversation. But how do you feel as a human being in a country? A lay 30-year-old baby, right? Right? Misuses and abuses public office for her personal aggrandizement. Just as her father is stealing from the labor ministry, she is also involved with colossal corruption. Is she more Liberian than the 700 people she dismissed and go back and do the same old thing and in fact her own? They're not even real human being. This is troubling. This is disturbing. And the president sits before disadvantaged Liberian who feature are being stolen and crown his leg. That his weak leg. Cross it in arrogance and dishonor. As if to say he's doing anything dignified in this country. You're stealing the people's future and you're lying to them, organizing fake arrangement because you want to undercut the people uprising. The people are going to rise up. You have failed since you became president, or all of your promises. Not even a mosquito coil too big, right? But not even a plastic bag factory you have attracted to Liberia. New a challenge. Not even a plastic bag factory. What job have you created, Mr. President? Where? Zero. Star 799 star 70 star 799 star 11 hash. Yeah, look at fun. Fake everything a fake life. Imagine you get face porn. That have face porn can be looking. You go see the people thing, you can hear jump. All along you're in the country, yeah, we know say you get fun. You became president, all of a sudden you get farm now to visit. You get fish porn. Everything has been about the president since you became president, right? 17 months on. Everything has become about you. Mansion, the president. Private jet, the president. Luxurious Lexus, $1.2 million, the president. Everything has been about the president.
Private jet.
Scattering his private investment across the country. FOIA, $10+ million investment in the forest. That is the most backward, illiterate waste of public resources. How you go in that bush, no internet, no access, and go waste? You see how when the bush not come from in the human being good, you not correct? The bush not come from in that paper. You can't spend all that time in the midst of Congo people. You think how you can waste money? You go take $10 million and go waste it in that bush, way in the forest, not even in Vonjama. No internet, no road. The next moment, you just left 12 years as vice president. You're unable to buy meter in your apartment. People have to do GoFundMe. Then you go put $10 million project. You know how much it will cost you to renovate that thing? When they mention I have left power, you all will know say that's a public wastage. That thing is way behind there in that corner. That man will misuse and mismanage because the money that's stolen money. And that property will lead there. First of all, he and children may likely run away from the country because their ghost will be haunting them. When you do bad things, even when people not thinking about you, like what you can be thinking about.
The fear.
Yeah, be haunting you. So why you go waste the money down there? It does not make sense. And then you go Buove, you paying property there. You go Rafi Highway, you paying property there. Everything that has happened in this country has happened for the president, about the president. It should be a government for the people, of the people, by the people. But this is a government for Bwakai, of Bwakai, and by Bwakai. This is terrible. Let's take Crime Stopper. Higa will come. Then we can move into our discussions. This break. We'll be right back. OAU song. Yeah, now he got put the OAU song there.
Yeah.
This side of the better DJ is not playing. I don't know why. So let me.
You have to get it up.
Yeah.
Get the audio up. Okay. But the audio on the other side. No, go on the left. Go the side you want to.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hand for the real authority. Tell it can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Yes, indeed. Crime Stopper Liberia is the official sponsor of the conversation here on Freedom 87.9. And yes, so let's begin the firework. And this morning, we are beginning with this conversation that's in the public. It has been there for well over 3 days, 4 days, or 5, if you may. When it became public that the Liberal Council of Churches has embarked on what some have said was a stage endorsement, not endorsement, sorry, but certification and award, particularly of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, as Richard Nangbe-Kun attempts to cleanse himself of all of the disgrace and shame he caused to his family name, and of course the embarrassment that also caused the government of Liberia and our country. So, in an effort to give himself a kind of face, Kun has embarked on a spirit of public legitimacy campaign to gain a kind of public traction and acceptance. Because, mind you, in spite of everything that happened at Capitol Hill, there are tons of Liberians who still believe that he is a regime speaker. There are tons of Liberians who will not stop believing that he is a purported speaker. There are tons of Liberians who still and will not ever believe that this man actions to have gotten involved with the speakership was rebellious. And the facts will always remain that this man took monies pretending to be Speaker of the House of Representatives or the Republic of Liberia that he has not accounted for. The facts remain that this man is the man who ordered police to beat on lawmakers, his colleagues, because they refused to kowtow into his illegal, rebellious action. The fact remains clear. And this man now feels ashamed and disgraced by all of these uncouth records. And so he uses the sacred pulpit of the Liberal Council of Churches and the leadership there accepted to be disrespected and accepted to be belittled. That was a willful decision by the leadership of the Council of Churches to have done this. So the Liberal Council of Churches, once a noble custodian of the nation's conscience, has brought shame upon itself. I'm reading an article, an editorial entitled "A Church in Disgrace." Liberal Council of Churches erodes its moral standing by honoring Speaker Kun. So no matter how you twist it, no matter how the regime makes it, history remembers this Kun situation as a disgrace and a dishonorable undertaking. Right? The law condemned Kun. The highest arbiter of justice in the land condemned the actions by which Kun purported himself and catapulted as a kind of regime speaker in the clear spirit and intent to siphon state resources. Look at the 2025 budget. We are almost in the this is mid 2025. We're in the middle. Today is the 2nd of June, right? Mm-hmm. We're in the middle of 2025. What dividends have we seen tangibly as a result of investment in the life of the people, right, from this year's budget? What have we seen? Absolutely not. All of the considerations that were made, the process by which this illegal instrument was passed, right, was clandestine and nefarious, benefiting exclusively the power brokers. And that's why the executive mansion insisted on having Kun as speaker, because the disgrace that would have been exposed as a result of this dangerous instrument who have left all of you jaw dropping. So let's go further. This noble custodian of the nation's conscience has brought shame upon itself in choosing to bestow its prestigious statesmanship award on House Speaker Richard Nangbe Kun, a figure widely criticized for his role in undermining Liberia's constitutional order. You can't erase that. This man played a pivotal role in undermining constitutional order for well over 6 months to 7 months in this country. And while those things were happening, they were stealing from the country. The council has not only lost credibility, but has also abdicated its sacred responsibility to speak truth to power. This is what the council looks like today. This decision, announced during the LCC 35th General Assembly, was framed as a recognition of Speaker Kun's contributions to peace building, unity, and governance reform. But to many Liberians, it represents something far more troubling than the church wielding entanglement with partisan politics and a disturbing readiness to reward questionable leadership. Remember, we sat on this platform and some of you used to see it like an attack on the church or attack on our spiritual leaders. No. We are the gatekeeper. We are the watchdogs. We back, and we do not pick and choose on who we back at. We saw the church being used as an auxiliary of the Unity Party, misused as an auxiliary of the Unity Party, eroding the moral conscience of the Liberian society, leaving us devoid of any objective redress mechanism. The religious institutions, how did they allow themselves to be used as political stooges? Look at the Imam Council. Look at the chief imam carrying himself across the country as a beg bog to the president. Once upon a time, Reverend clergymen in the republic, talking tough, highlighting the plight of the suffering masses. Today, the Imam pride himself as an agent of the government who keeps quiet, who dare not to speak once he has the ear of the president. So these things were about themselves and not you. Speaker Coons' maneuvering, seen by critics as an attempt to bend the Constitution for political convenience, drew widespread condemnation and plunged the legislative branch into chaos. That such a man will now be honored by the LCC defies reasoning. It is not merely a lapse in judgment, it is a betrayal of the church historic mission and the Christian values of integrity, justice, and accountability. Liberians, are you listening? And I tend to agree with a lot of the folks who says, look, in Liberia today, know God for yourself. Know God for yourself. They hustle clear now. Pastor they won't ride car, they won't ride SUV. Imam they won't ride car, Imam they won't hold iPhone 16, iPhone 17. Everybody competing. They see when first they say, oh, that they getting looking for iPhone 16. Everybody won't be in the France. The principles of the Bible or the Quran have been compromised for political acceptance, political accommodation, all in the interest of receiving handouts from politicians. Imagine the people we pray behind, the people we look forward to, the people who are supposed to be the intermediaries between we and God. Hey God, are the one today who politicians are using up and down, giving them peanuts. When politicians see 15,000, they get a pastor, the pastor then 1,000, and then they get the imam 1,000. Forget it. The whole sermon change. This is the republic for you. The whole sermon change. You go, people are not preaching about this. Look at the social breakdown in the country. Look at the moral erosion in Liberia today. With all the thousands and thousands of churches you have all across, the mosques, everything just expanding. The more they expand, the more we get moral decadence. And the more they expand, the more they become stooges for politicians using the sacredness of their portfolios, right? To lure the people behind bad leaders and turn bad around to seem good while the people suffer. The pastors are not preaching on the neglect in the hospitals anymore. They're not speaking on the responsibility of central government to pay attention. How many of they are visiting JFK? How many of the pastors, the imams are visiting Redemption to see where they are supposed to be talking, where they are supposed to be speaking truth to power? Where are they visiting? They're visiting the Capitol building. They're passing from one lawmaker office to the other lawmaker office. This is what our religious leaders are doing in Liberia today. You go, you see the man in a gun. He's supposed to be to the mosque. The man pass to the representative horse. He see the representative in take motorbike and come to Capitol building. He see the man there in join and go to Minister Pay office. Passing around. This time when you go to the waiting list at the different government offices, you see the clergy people dominating. There is a breakdown. Know God for yourself. This is a disgrace. A man who dishonored the Constitution, flattered the law, challenged and insulted the Supreme Court of the Republic, and his actions contributed to the burning down of the Capitol building. Look at this man, rebellious action to go and instruct people in a rebel style, jungle style, right? To bust into another man's vehicle. And the church go and bestow honor on that man. Bishop Andrew Jagay Kale, too, publicly rebuked the church, questioning whether it has lost its moral compass. The bestowing of honor on a controversial political figure leaves me wondering and asking if the LCC has lost its bearing. He lamented. Coming from a respected member of the clergy, this comment is a sobering reminder that the outrage is not merely political, it is ecclesiastical, spiritual, and generational. Even more striking is the stark contrast between Speaker Kun and his predecessor, former Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, who was offered a separate honor by the LCC as advocate for justice and the rule of law, declined the award because that award was a nonsense award. Hey, God. It is an interesting read.
A very interesting one, Abu.
Right?
A very, very, very interesting one. But Abu, all of these things, sometimes it is good that God is using these situations and instances to bring these people to public notice. These were the very same guys that used their pulpit, preach political messages, directed their congregation as to where to vote, how to vote, and who to vote for.
And then they said they were speaking truth to power.
Truth to power. They could speak when police tell protesters use this lane and instead of this lane, they could speak in that direction. When partners go in their matrimonial homes and decide to have a relationship conversation, it turned out to be violent, it end up in fighting, they will speak and call on the government to take action. When these things were happening, when they saw children selling along the streets, they could call government's attention. But interestingly, Abu, I don't know, but for me, I sometimes see these people and I'm excited in my spirit. And the fact is, God is using these people to vindicate us. We said these things during the course of the elections. We said these people were selling their integrity. They were selling everything they had to politicians. And the guy said, because so because of that, they sell the integrity of our country. They sell the integrity of our country. Look at what happened. And you go look at men, Rachel Kun. Then you say you're honoring the man for what? For what? You say what's the title that they honor him for?
You give me way. Okay.
So a man like Rachel Kun, who could not listen to you, the church, a man like Rachel Kun, who could not listen to his international friends, the ECOWAS, other civil society organizations in this country. He gangsterized the legislature. Other people to burst into Representative Koluba's vehicle. People to burst into the office of the then Speaker of Fonati Kofa.
Here's what the reading says, right? So the Council of Churches recognize regime speaker, purported speaker, Richard Nangbe Kun, contributions to peace building, unity, and governance reform. Does it make sense to you? In the very legislature, there are crowds about division. Is the church not listening? Is the church not aware? Has this man reconciled with Yeke Koluba? Has this man reconciled? Furthermore, Kofa rejected. Kofa said, no, I can't settle for this award. Kofa's act of restraint elevated him in the eyes of many, while simultaneously casting a longer shadow over the LCC's decision to honor Speaker Kun. It raises a fundamental question that if a man who arguably has done more to uphold the law considers himself unworthy, what then does it say about the council's moral compass in deeming Speaker Kun worthy of praise? Right? Kun was a rebel in the process. The man who stood firm and upheld said, no, this honor, I do not deserve it. I do not qualify for it. The Liberian people deserve it. Go and advocate for the Liberian people. But the consequences of the council's decisions were already manifest. at the event itself. And I trust my Liberian people. You know what happened? The attendance was thin. The attendance was very poor and embarrassing. Many top officials and invitees choose to stay away. They boycotted, thereby devaluing the essence of that program and, of course, the awards that were coming out of it. All of you who received that award should retain that award in disgrace, just as Gonke won return the I know that guy will go say LEC manager of the year, right? You should all go back and return it because it's a disgrace. Look at the backlash. The very program, all the honorary, the people you invited, all of them boycotted. Majority, very thin, small, disgraceful. A community program was even more attended than that disgraceful thing.
The former foreign minister Olubaki Kinaki really.
We have that recording. We're gonna play, right? So that you know. Choose to stay away, and the program failed to ignite the spirit of unity in it purported unity. It purported to celebrate. They say well, for unity, the atmosphere, by most accounts, was tepid at best, a reflection of a disconnect between the church leadership and the broader body of believers it claims to serve, and will open the lines the believers will call the congregation. The Liberian people are disappointed in the church and the way it's being ran to serve and appease the demagogue in Boakai. Why? So are we going to be the only voices to speak truth to Mr. Boakai in this country? Our fathers, our grandfathers, our grandfathers are all now refusing to speak truth to power. Why? As young as we are the only people in the country with the bravery to look at Boakai and call him out and speak on behalf of the Liberian people. Is that what you're saying? To imagine that the Council of Churches, the mother body of all of the churches in this country, are unable to talk. It has to take young men like us every day commit our time in the face of all of the harassment and intimidation from the government. We say we will insist. God, is this the end time? During the Samuel Doe military regime, it was the council under the moral force of Bishop George D. Brown. They won our military regime. Brown that stood up against state brutality and spoke truth from the pulpit. Now, the same institution is being remembered not for its prophetic voice, but for its political favoritism and spiritual ambiguity. Ega, where is the church? Where once the LCC called out tyranny, today it seems content to curry favor with those in power. Where once it championed justice, today it distributes accolades to those who undermine it. Lord, the silence of the council over the years on major national issues, from corruption to electoral violence to impunity, has already chipped away at its moral relevance. But this most recent decision may be the final scroll for many Liberians who have long looked to the church as their last line of moral defense. The upcoming National Intercessory Prayer Service on May 31, on Sunday. Right? The people finish sell the church to Boakai. Boakai go dance with the demon, using demon money, stealing from the country. The demon playing on the minds of all of the good people in the country. That only all the demons are the demons that Boakai dance with. For me, that demon can't near me. Boakai, you can go play your juju on whatever money you think you're trying to entice or induce people with. But me, I know very soon the country will wake up. Listen to former Foreign Minister Olubaki King Akerele. And of course, a staunch campaigner for the Excuse mission, that have turned out to be a big, colossal disgrace, national embarrassment. Even Olubanki King, I can really say, this is nonsense. Yeah, it's a disgrace.
They want to.
Man, problem you buy your family posting in Manato. All of your family talking in India. Oh, forget it. What kind of problem book my head? This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong.
Very seriously. And it's disappointing for
That's what she
pastors to have a political program and you listen to politicians telling you it is wrong because your action is bringing the church to public ridicule. Your action is giving absolutely no sense of direction to people who are being left by the wayside. The church is not directing people now to it. The church is driving people more away. Because when you get involved into politics more than the politicians themselves that you should be guiding, then you lose the confidence and trust of those who you should be leading.
That's correct.
The church have now in the society of ours, the church have absolutely no sense of direction. Pastors only believe now in collecting offerings, buying cars, using the latest iPhones, wearing the latest clothes. When the church, the members, the people that make up the church are suffering.
Don't worry.
Pastors will look at a person who cannot even afford a cup of milk and claim that they got vision for that person, but the person will bring this amount before they can pray for the person. What was the real intent of this program, of this quote-unquote award ceremony? Was it to rekindle your political relationship with these politicians? Or was it to tell them that, hey, we are here, you might not forget about, or we still need something? So the church is no longer now looking up to God, who is the head, but the church is looking onto the pockets of politicians. How many of our churches in this country today are able to speak truth to power in these situations that we are faced with? In the face of all of these, a man who disrespected the church, a man who led a rebellious act that led our Capitol building to experience what it experienced. Then people look at church members, pastors, call them or call him and say, thank you for all of what you've done. Thank you for disrespecting the Supreme Court. Thank you for disrespecting the laws of our country. Sometimes it's just good when you know you got no ideas and solution to offer, just keep quiet. Because even the Bible says if you decide not to worship God, the Bible says God says he will raise up stones. So when you can't speak as a church, you can't speak truth to power. You cannot speak in the face of these things that are happening in the country. You cannot speak to give the people hope. They shut up.
Shut up. Shut up and eat your corruption
But when
money.
you continue to bring yourself to public ridicule, then what you're doing is you're driving people away from the house of God. Let me say this to you. Many of you are the reasons for which people sit home. You have made the church to be a place of gossip, made the church to be a business center, collect unnecessary money from people. So as a result of that, people feel like when you don't get offering, you can't go to church because the pastor will make you shame. When you don't get fine clothes, you can't go to church because the pastor will use you as example.
So people prefer staying home and just put their smartphone on and watch their Sunday phone.
Yeah, watch.
I can see plenty of people in their home. They just put the sermon on, they sit down there in the chair.
They just said
because they get news. They so close for that song.
Some decide to play. They put worship song on their Bluetooth the entire day and just sit in their house and just sing those songs and get done with it. Because the pastors that should be giving us hope, The pastors should be giving us sense of direction. They are more corrupt, useless, and of no essence and no importance to the country. Where are we? Where are we? Then when it comes to talking about giving people religious holiday,
yeah,
the
only time your church can come. Easy. The only time you remember call, if they say, "Oh, let's get Islamic holiday." Oh no, that time, your church building everything.
You want to ask,
but to stand by the principles of the Bible, right, and be a mover voice, you have to pay around at the end of the day. You go Richard Kun, right? I mean Richard Kun. Richard Kun with all your money, still looking saka, right? How can such a man with zero moral, such a disorganized man, how can the church allow herself to be belittled like that? But folks, let me tell you why. I intend to have this conversation, like many media outlets have done and other colleagues, is to pinpoint some of the fundamental problems we have and are faced with as a country that we're ignoring, that's responsible for the breakdown in the Liberian society. It's important. And it is also very important that we keep talking about this thing and flagging them. You can call us name, you can bring us as whatever. We have seen a lot of establishment apologists bring us in whatever form and manner. That's up to them, because they have no value. They cannot stand for anything. The society knows them for nothing. So you, the society, know you for nothing. You sit in your small, unrecognized corner, and you describe me in your own small-minded way. You think I'm supposed to be bothered? I'm above your pay grade, right? My contribution to the country is known. Now you little unknown champ, bootlicking, fail and corrupt politicians for handout, and you sit down, develop the audacity to call reputable patriotic sons names. Are you crazy in your head, fools? But anyway, two things, and we will keep reminding you that this government has failed you. 2024 budget, we told you that the government was not going to achieve anything, and to our words, the government did not do anything. 2025 is nearly concluding. We are already into the rainy season, and we have not seen any practical engagement from the angle of the president, judging by what the priority of the government is for the year. We're not seeing anything at every level, besides from one corruption report to another corruption report, right? So in order to reclaim a kind of public, image, the government has embarked on a dangerous propaganda spree that they pay thousands of dollars towards.
Mm-hmm.
Last week or the week before, I told you all here that the government went in their PR closet. They knew they were losing the war. The Liberian people were crying out loud. Disgruntlement were coming on the streets, and it was clear the war was seeing what was happening in Liberia. Partners were reminding them the hardship was everywhere, and the government could not win the debate. First, they say, let's create our own talk show and explain for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Two, let's go and spend some money on past leaders who did not probably support or supported the past regime to come and speak positive about us. Right? Three, let's go to past representatives, senators, and stuff, right? And give them some reason to come and speak positive about us. Right? Let's use journalists. Let's use civil society organization to speak in validating tone about the government. Let's use the church, the religious organization, to begin to recognize and bestow honor and dignity of service of key elements within the government, thereby signaling positive image about the government in general. It began with the Imam Council, chaired by Ali Krai,
Our brother and Lucy, you're going to leave behind.
when Bon Kante, here in people, they carry Mamaka, Belete, they see women that fail and still attempting to corrupt the yellow machine
They are
deal,
not even strategic in their doing.
right? So they carry these people, gave them some money. Obviously, they pay for the program. They pay everything they gave money, government. So they will make statement. It will come and the people will share. Oh, the imam then say the government like that. Oh, the imam then say Mama Kada found woman. Forget about the fact that she's trying to steal in the yellow machine thing. She's a cool woman. It's optic, PR optic. You running your government on mere optics, and propaganda. And you only your desire is to win propaganda war. Your desire is not to deliver the country and fulfill your promises, but your desire is to win propaganda war, right? PSA, they think here we're talking more too much. I mean, me and my picking will causing plenty here, but a little you're not going down. So we'll do the town hall, we'll do the government town hall, we'll launch a town hall.
I love town Benin.
So we'll carry all in the country, we'll go in the community. Stay that one not happy. Then you go to the church and carry this disgrace. So Liberians, all the nonsense, all the people that you respected before, some of them, all of them coming disgrace. Oh well, plenty of people coming also. And you saw Philip O'Brien last time in disgrace, saying he carry more by inside, you're not talking again. Plenty of people coming disgrace that said the government and pull money, also free money. Money what they just ought to buy drugs, we carry to JFK, repair the dialysis machine, restore it to full operation, and save those lives, and so save those families. The government giving that one to so-called and big shots or more voices, quote unquote,
To run the propaganda.
to come and do propaganda for them. Let's take a couple of calls on this subject, and then we'll go to the president's house and see what happened for our Zogos. Was it a willful appreciation? Was that appreciation born out of the manifested change in their lives and their well-being? What are the programs? What is the prospect that in the next 2 years? In fact, what is the status of drugs peddling in the country? So on what basis is the president being appreciated? We'll talk about that. But let's take a few calls. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call and you'll be live. Let's hear you.
0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers. Our WhatsApp number is as well active and is plus 231 886 500 104. Make your input.
Today is the 2nd of June and
Let's talk
Silver
to
Sevens.
this person.
Some
Morning.
Silver Sevens have not taken pay yet.
How you doing?
Morning, Chief. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I think that they are calling from so-called the rescue.
Okay.
The rescue government in Johnsonville.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I really, really appreciate you people for your discussions and how brilliant you people are in presenting to us. It is through you people that we are actually getting to know the facts about the government. I must highly appreciate you. You know, the fact of the matter remains here. We know the deeds of this government. You people are not hiding anything from us, but we will not see a cent until 2029. You will get to know us at the balance box. Thank you very much.
Okay, I beg you. Let me take this. Good morning. Okay.
Let's talk to this person right here. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. You gotta walk away from your radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm going from Bajor Factory.
Go ahead from Bajor Factory.
Yeah. Today I'm coming for him. July 17. We'll put a call, we'll tell the governor, we'll have to pay for.
Okay, thank you. Okay, 0776 104 104 86 500 104. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. I'm Prince Wolosu calling from West Point.
Prince Wolosu from the name sounds like from Lofa.
No, I'm from from Maryland County.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion this morning. Yeah, actually, this government, to be frank, this government is a complete failure. And not to see that, I just want us to know that.
Let's talk to Masisi. Masisi, the Council of Churches honor representative and I should say Speaker Richard Nangbeku. I say Speaker. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, what I want to say, I'm going to take this money for the show. I've been listening. So, the people will know for themselves. You cannot say Zoko and Zoki and Focus and say, oh, who appreciate Waka.
No, we come to that. We come to that 1 year. We stay on the.
Okay, so we come to the aspect of home. You can't tell the church because they have no church or picture. What kind of picture will I put it here? Call somebody to garden. Oh my God, they post stuff for the country. They went recording somebody from there. Then you tell him to come and call him to say you want to buy him. Or what better or because you saw the country for him to come and get it to you. We got a lot of people in the church for God's sake that they clean that church, pay their taxes, pay their due, so they can't record nothing. But you want to go for stealing money to come and give it to you, to damage the church image, and then go for the phone that never sent out. Stop it there. But no one went there, I want to say full of them. Full to them big head people.
Okay. All right, thank you. Let's talk to this person. Morning. Isaac Wozi, you have to call me on another number. That phone I can pick up calling him. Morning.
Morning.
Go ahead, Chief.
So let me say hi to you and Abu. It's so sad. The people that we need to invent spiritual guidance. They are
Your line is coming in somehow. I don't know. We can change your location just quickly to talk to us.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah, much better. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is James.
Go ahead, James.
Yeah, so if you only reach your goal, then I don't know where because if anybody's people, I think it is the lawmaker, the local law. Should be spending for the law, for the right thing. How can you go on some level of done people right and left hand or whatsoever you do? It makes everything to have money. That's your time. But I'm not destroying the money for money for me.
All right. Okay, Chief. Thank you. Your line is bad. Let me talk to this person. Morning. Hello. Good morning. No time to hold on the line. Let's talk to another person. The calls keep coming in. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Higa.
Chief, please walk away from the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's talk to another person. Isaac Wozi. Morning. Morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is because of
Go ahead.
Previously I always hear social hosts and say denigrating exam that you guys want to play. Because the amount of common they control themselves. There's one church in this I'm not posting, but it being a member of the life business. I have a strong respect for my leaders. I do not see them portraying themselves in certain amount of people. So, they have the respect of the whole teacher, but that type of honor, I also think that is to them. If you listen to church, one person we are kind of professional and she's very dead. He starts writing and that I don't remember to say this. Because that's what I'm getting to do. I don't know why I now do this. I will tell them no go about it. I can't be the best. I don't like this.
Thank you so kindly for your participation as well. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning. My
Morning.
name is Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling from the MTA community.
Go ahead.
I just want to make a contribution. The reason the country is this way it is because the church and the authority of the Muslims are now preaching equality and equality for the prosperity of our country. So you see, a lot of people go where we were, especially with the one that the church desecrated itself of going to honor Speaker Kum. Why should you do that? As a church, why are you preaching morality so that people will emulate your good example? You know, it's so discouraging.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to Let's talk to Edmond Carr. Edmond, morning, Chief. Edmond, your line, the network. Okay, so while we wait Edmond to join, let's talk to this person from our direct line. Morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. You're live on the radio. Go ahead.
I come from
Okay.
my name is Mata David.
Go ahead, my mother.
Yes. Whatsoever the people do, all of the church people, the politician people, they will pay the price. Whatsoever happened to Jote and Steven Tower and your son is happy in a few days because of one person said that one day it was safe. They will pay the price. No sin or honor punish. So thank you.
Okay, thank you too for your participation. Let's talk to another person here. Morning. Morning, your line is a bit bad off, except you want to change your location.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Edmond, please hold on the line. Morning, please. Morning, Edmond, hold on, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead from Bolivar.
Yes. What do you expect? We have administration, such preaching propaganda exists. We are all around it. It made people to believe that we are the best in this country.
Yes, so sorry. The line is bad. Let's talk to Edmond Carr. Edmond, morning.
Morning, let me say good morning to Abu. And you know, I like the word that you use when you say the government is not strategic, and that's a fact. Because I don't care how long or how much you carry on all of the maneuvering, that does not solve the problem in the market. No, it doesn't solve the problem.
But they want to use propaganda.
Money in my pocket. Okay, but that is a propaganda that is going against them. Okay,
you know, if you befriend a lady through lies and deception, and that lady accept, you must be willing to live in that lie to keep on. And what going on?
Yeah, and that is why I'm going to get a hard time. You know, times will come because all that you do today, tomorrow, you will have to prove to the Liberian people what you have done, the reason why you want to have a second term or whatsoever. But you see, Rachel is getting to be too interesting. You see, this creeping dictator, we talk about him, people overlook it. He started in Maserati. Now, he has been able to take on the speakership. He receiving the honor for the Council of Judges. So, you see, the Council of Judges, and we'll be perceiving before some of our pastors say, oh, so you put him with this, but no. But the Council of Judges, I don't know why.
No, we are talking about the leadership of the Council of Judges. Of course, there are some good pastors around the country.
Yeah, so when you talk about moral and immoral, who talk about that? Who advise us to do moral things? So if I'm in a church,
but your pastors could be part of it too, because all of them elected, because it's a general decision, and you know the leadership. So
Reverend Towe is the Secretary General of the Council of Judges. If I am in a church and I am married and me and my woman are having a serious riot in our room, can I go to him for advice? What will he be telling me? So you're supposed to remain the moral voice in the country. But if everybody are not chasing the US dollar, then who do we go to? So
Okay.
we always say we have always said that we are only turning out to the very media that have propagated the message for the Liberian people. But all the moral voices in the day all have now gone because of their belly. I don't know who trading their belly now. They are the one now that are trading their belly because quote unquote they cannot get what they used to get, and they are just mortgaging their integrity, and all have just gone.
All
We are here, as long as you guys are here, we'll continue to stand up for the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
very much.
kindly for your
Higa,
participation.
let hold it there and transition, right? But let me see what is happening. If we can pay out some money, because all of these thing is up to you, the people, right? The players. Okay. Normally, when I transition, any call come here. But anyway, let me get the privilege to Avin. Avin, good morning.
Thank you ever so much. Sorry that you were transitioning, and then we have a strategic intervention. Good morning, Hagar, and good morning. Yeah, good morning to our people here. As a Christian, I want to take a 390-degree away from that decision I was made by those anti-Christ elements. As far as we're concerned, the guy do not represent the party of Christ. No serious Christian in the country. Where hospitals are shutting down, MCSS students demonstrating there is mysterious deaths all around the whole country. Marketeers are in the markets, they are crying because their markets are not growing, the economy is getting tough, and there is complete suffering across the country. Then you're taking a prestigious award, you're giving it to the murderer of the Constitution and somebody who is the champion of classes and division. The man who is a validator of legislative impasse. The award you get because you know that all the men coming present our budget and say, let's run there, go get the man certificate. These are how the people, even they have lost the moral compass. They have no moral in this country, no absolute moral in this country. Not just council of churches, any religious group in this country moving forward, whether from the Imam Council, Muslim Council, like you take a word, you give to politicians who stealing the country money and pillaging state resources will come after you. So that award they go give yesterday, if a day and our children. Thank you all so much.
Thanks a lot, and well said. I mean, it could not have been said more than that. And this is the frustration. I mean, this is actually frustrating, right? So that these moral, quote unquote, moral institutions cannot see and listen to the plights of the Liberian people, and they're bestowing honor on their suppressors. Is terribly alarming, Hagar. And you know that it is disgracefully alarming.
And it is time for the churches across the country and the members in those churches to tell us and think, sit and rethink what is your thoughts and your vision and expectation for this country is, because you cannot be with somebody or a group of people who continue to do business with your suppressor, people who are oppressing you, people who are keeping you backward, and you see these people as people who are in your interest. Those pastors, I don't know, but
if you want to put your party building in front of the church, you lead the church, you go do your party also. Simple. You draw the line, your politician now clear, and but you can your partisan sentiment it has taken over you so much that you cannot, just relinquish, save the institution. But look at what you all have done now, right? You have reduced the institution. Look at the embarrassment. Look at the shame. And this is, they say, when you bypass your respect, you borrow with your disgrace. This is exactly what these institutions, these religious institutions, are doing. You'll be shocked to see people standing in your faces in this town. And let me tell you, it will happen. If you people do not rediscover yourself, whether that a church, whether that a mosque, if you ain't rediscover yourself in the essence, you'll move from behind the iPhone 17 and SUV business. Whole day that you're doing photo shoot, putting you and your wife in picture, only you and your family is all be enjoying. The time the thing were not in the church, thing were already in the country. But soon they Sambo Benekan, what the pastor and web, all of them family put a picture there. The pastor won't rock out, the imam won't rock out. Me a little bit balanced in the debate because it's happening both sides. iPhone 16. The guy networking with iPhone 16, the pastor then do behind the politician for mad about that on iPhone 16. What kind of country is this?
The pastor then do you go Facebook, look at your pictures, zoom it to see your future for it.
Yeah, man, we just sit on the house pray. Yeah, no God for us there. Because come man, pretending to be God people now. Come artists. All they gotta do, just grab one ball, knock it, shove it under their arm. The Bible says, then we're talking as you say, but men of God where? Now one Quran. They won't gun, just call it fool, don't get on him. Shove the Quran under their arm. In a live, in a later. When you hear that one, you say, oh, yeah, God coming here tomorrow. They country here. Oh, they are pretending you're God. So fake people.
Liberia is an interesting place.
But yes, man, we are the talkers. And of course, we say these things without stoppers. And we go in for a break and we'll come back. We transition to something else. We will face this country's problem.
We will face the country. We will face this country.
No boyfriend, no worries.
Do you want the professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and bodywork and spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan and Mazda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of Ford synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oils, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567. 077.
It's about musical. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must talk it. I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember,
Marcus Workers.
why you want to tell me why you want you want tell me? Why you want tell me? Why you want tell me? You love me, I'm love me. You can show up, I can show up. Why you want tell me? Think it better, better, better. Think it better, better, better. That monkey boy, that monkey boy, that monkey boy, that monkey boy. Lip love ya, that monkey boy, that monkey boy, that monkey boy, that monkey boy, that monkey boy. Any biggie. You get a do, I get a do. I'm here, I'm dreaming. You get CEO, I get CEO. Why you want tell me? Why you want tell me?
Oh yes.
Better.
Welcome back. And this is the final lap of the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom. It is 7.9. A bit of
Do the same thing. Why you want tell me?
Liberian Bema
Why you want tell me?
to spice up the conversation, ease your stress. Why you want tell me? The public corrupt, the government stealing, the people suffering. Why you won't tell me?
You get that do, I
think the government better.
You can swear, I can swear where you want tell me. Where you want tell me. You drop me, I drop you. You can drink here, I can drink here. You can drink star.
Good morning. Welcome to all of our friends. Those of you celebrating your birthday today, we like to say from the Freedom Money Rise to all of our Adam followers. Happy birthday to you. Those of you celebrating special occasions, wedding anniversaries,
if you feel like you better, you lying. So why you want
graduation occasion,
your problem?
just whatever the occasion might be, we want to say congratulations. At the end of the day, we have to flex, we have to chill. This is 10:30.
Why you want to say? Why you want to?
The hottest buzzer man on the block.
Why you want to say? Why you want to? Why you want to say?
Damn monkey mo chen. Damn monkey mo chen. Monkey mo chen. Damn monkey mo chen.
I'm a sleeping.
Freedom 87.9, the people station. And of course, we bring this one down to go into business. And of course, too many of you following us on the social media, Facebook, YouTube. We want to say thank you a lot for always being here. The competition is huge, but you always give it time to listen to us as we bring sense to the conversation, because ours is held in a whole different style. Yes, we remain uncompromising and, of course, unwavering in our stance for accountable leadership in Liberia that benefits all of us. So this is Barbara Ross Sherman, right? Barbara Ross. Let me see here. Yeah, this is Barbara Ross Stanford. She says, good morning. I'm watching from my residence in Brooklyn, New York City. Thanks for the updates. You're most welcome. And then you have Muyan Sharif. Yes, that's Muyan Sharif. Muyan Sharif says, good morning. I'm following from Banga City, Bon County this morning. Thanks a lot, Muya. And of course, you have J. Emmanuel Nice. Good morning, Freedom Money Rise. I'm following from Johnsonville City. Johnsonville is a township, right? View, okay, City View behind Heart of Grace. Okay, that's, I think, the community. Okay, then you have Leonardo E. Togba. Good morning. I'm watching from my ELW rehab home. That's great. And so you say rehab home, you gotta be clear which one. Venetia Giomba, watching you from New Cool Town. Thanks always for joining us, Venetius. Venetia is one of the very ardent followers. Moses Lake, watching from Kakata. Thank you very much, Moses Lake from Kakata. I'm told there are a lot of disinformation being spewed across Kakata in regards to the street pavements. But however, okay, so this is T. Hens A. Yimpa. Good morning, Freedom Family, and good morning to the President. To President, we are the people President. I'm following from Fendel. Thanks a lot. Okay, and you have who else? Plenty. I'm not sure I'm going to do all. Nestor Nini Lavela. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Lavela. And then you have Clone Destiny EK Seaton. I'm following from District 15. Thanks a lot, dear brother. And then you have Abraham B. Kuman. Good morning, guys. I'm following the conversation religiously from my Iron Factory community resident. Okay, so we graduated winning over the Ralph Cooper, watching from Denver, Colorado, USA. Thanks a lot, Ralph, from way there. We appreciate it. And then you have Stephen Yakade. Good morning. I'm following from Cotton Tree District number 2, Lower Mankibi County. And then you have Lyrical Crystal. I'm Crystal Nangbe, watching from Pinsville. That's Crystal. Thanks a lot from Pinsville. All the people of Pinsville. Abdullah Dukle. I'm following closely from Mount Barkley community as always. Thanks a lot, Mr. Dukle and people of Mount Barkley. You have Justina Sa following from Cardwell. So we follow all across the country in the diaspora. Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. We are 2029 is sure. That's what Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. writes. I'm not sure if it is the Samuel Kofi Woods in the president office. I'm not sure. That could be somebody else. Peter, one day. Good morning, guys. I'm following you from Crown Hill community, right nearby. Thanks a lot. You are a very, very regular follower. This other person's contribution is so very long. I'm not sure we can do with that. So let's go down, guys. Yeah, plenty of them. Yeah. So this is Mohammed V F Sharif. I'm following from Ganta City this morning. Thank you so much, my brother. He's always following. That's for real. And so you have Stephen A. Bass. Good morning, Freedom Morning Rise family. I'm following the show from Dakar, Senegal. I mean, the whole world now that Freedom Morning Rise, they can be watching. AB Jabate. Good morning, Freedom FM family. I'm watching. Where from Bombi. So you see, the whole country know that we don't want talking the truth in the morning. That we don't can be talking. All the other people can be sugar coating, pussyfooting around the real issues. Yeah, we speak them barely and expose the criminality in the field government. Junior C. Kwe, good morning. My favorite journalist, Abu and Hager. I'm following from my end, Batnosville Road. Good to hear from you guys. I'm sorry we can't read it all because tons everybody. But yeah, just to recognize a few. So Hager, let's go in. You want to start with that recording? Yeah. But in which way, before Hagar begins, we've already somehow summarized. But then the bigger question remains as to why did we see, witness, and hear that disadvantaged youths were being organized to appreciate the president. Mind you now, and don't get it twisted. We are not against people appreciating the president. But it must be on account of something that we can be able to report. Right? It must be on account of something that we can all see clearly as effort on the part of the president in that particular sector. Like somebody said, for example, if you see a group of marketeers, right, gathering to honor or bestow appreciation on the president, that must be as a result of direct intervention that the president has made in improving market buildings or the market condition for for the marketeers and their children, right? Something must have been directly, benefiting to them, and then they come and say, "Oh, we are grateful people, Mr. President. Thanks for recognizing our plight, right? Thanks for doing something that impacts us directly, right? And we want to appreciate you for all you do for the country." That's understandable. If you see a group of taxi drivers, right, motorists, road users, take time to appreciate under a banner, right, the president. That means probably direct intervention has been made in mitigating road challenges, right? Making taxi cab convenient and easy for the drivers, and reducing police harassment and of course extortion, reducing the price for vehicle registration, right? And all that. Then everybody say, what? No, the other government, they think the boys will be taking $50, $40, $80, $100 from us. The government say across the board, all of them will pay $20. No, we gotta go tell the president thank you, right? Now, a government that promised to have ended, right, the menace of drugs addiction and drug usage in the country. A government that condemns and criticizes every national effort that was being made, politicized the fight against drugs in the country, and made it appear like, in fact, a government-sponsored undertaking, and that the only way the nation could be redeemed from that was to remove the government and replace the government with them. And such has happened. The first 1 year of Baka's presidency, we saw zero effort. In fact, the DEA was embroiled in fighting, personal accusations, claims that were made and up to now have not been investigated. Top brass in the DEA accuse each other of conniving and working with drugs dealers in this country, bringing drugs into Liberia. And the first 1 year of the president saw, right, the introduction of a new killer disease, a killer drugs, zombie, on the market. And top brass in the entity fought among themselves and accused themselves. There's been no investigation, no finding, no outcome. And these things are there. Year 2, the president appointed a passive man to preside over DEA, and that man has been sleeping. Drugs is passing all through the borders. In fact, it is a regular thing now, as people are brave now to attempt crossing drugs, contrabands, using the main border points, the airport, the free port, the free port park, yes, right? The free port, the land entry points, right? The recognized one and the unrecognized ones. This is danger. The quantum of drugs that's entering in the country now is whooping. And recently, an arrest was made of a protege of the president's son, caught in the web of drug trafficking. How far is that case? We are yet to know. This has been the order of the day. The promise for rehabilitation for youths affected, technically the victims of these actions. We are yet to see where the president has broken ground for a national rehabilitation project. But rather, what did we see? We managed to discover construction of $100 million facility in Fuya for the president,
which could be used to build
rehabilitation. In the wake of all of these, when Liberians have cried out, and at long last they are saying the honeymoons are over, a national protest action has been announced in an effort to undermine that, or in a fruitless effort, to so to speak. The government has embarked on a useless campaign that clearly has no basis, right, to abuse the vulnerability of Liberians who are unfortunate to see themselves in the condition that they are, aided and abetted by members of the first family. And these folks, I'm told, were being organized. In fact, they had training session for them to learn the choir song. You know, they were singing. So they had to do practice section to learn all of that. Printed t-shirts, banners, and took them to the president's house. Even the president himself, when he saw it, he knew that some kind of way this was going to be embarrassing. But the president does not have control over himself. He approves all of the things that happen. I'm not trying to say he's not aware, because they always tell him and he gives approval. So whether they have him under spell or not, that's up to him. He is a Baptist deacon. He must be able to discover these things. But at the end of the day, every wrong thing that has happened in this country, the president gives full backing to it all. Even the plan to have plunged the legislature into that crisis, the president was in the know. In his very living room, he endorsed it. So we saw the young people there use. They say they want to appreciate the president, singing songs about things that they have no knowledge of, winning praises on issues that they have bare understanding about. Where is the development across the country that you're appreciating the president for, initiated by Boakai? Where are they? Where are you telling Boakai thank you for? Becomes the question. So we went back, we went further to understand what is the true motivation behind that appreciation. And our investigation uncovered that these locals were being promised money. They were being given money, and some of the leaders among them, the high-headed ones, were being promised job and employment in the government. To tell you how they use them, right? They won't not on jobs that supported him. They stay crying for job. You go look at the Zoko in the graveyard, you park there, you say, oh, they won't put there and they will use you. So you don't go there. You can first of all, you go tell the president thank you. The president come and give 40 of your job. So Hagar will speak and he will play the recordings and then we'll take calls. Our question remains, what were they appreciating the president for? Sticking the conversation only to them, the Zogos. The fight against drugs. What strides has the president made? Has the government achieved? Have they controlled drugs in the country? The number of Zogo, has it reduced? You will call in and tell us.
Okay, yes, Abu is important. Yeah, these kind of conversations are important for the growth of our country. It is interesting. This issue about the certification or the appreciation of the program by a certain group of people under the canopy of Zogos is important. It's important because these are conversations upon which we can look at and of course grade the workings of the government. And some of us we look at these things and better investigate to know whether what these guys are saying or what they said are the reality. And so Abu, is because of that some of us decided to do our own background investigation about that issue about appreciation. And Abu, it will interest you to know that these people did not get into the street out of their own conviction. These people got in the street as a result of inducement. And let's listen to them. We got more than 3 separate recordings. One is 12 minutes 51 seconds, one is 9 minutes 53 seconds. We're not going to play them all. We just want to get some some of what they are saying. And this was a conversation that we held with them in the ghetto. The King Gray area, is one of the ghettos that is very terrible in this country. And I want you to listen and know.
And that's where they recruited them from, though.
And not for me, and we're everybody doing job. That already to him. Everybody can come to do it. Yeah. So rescue money, man. That money, one. I got your fast saving. Man, that is share money. Good year. You want to about go, man? That from EPS. She said with EPS, she share money each other. Oh yeah, that is. You get it, bring one out.
So this is it. They gave 20 men 150 because what they did, Abu, they were collecting them 10 from each ghetto. So from the King Gray ghetto, they collected 20 men and they paid them $120 US.
Yeah, for King again, 150. The list will come with a fire. Man, now what we talking? Now what you talking? What we talking? Yeah. At the end of the day, benefit. That's so much money. Why would you? I gotta be EPF.
The job only talking about now. So get a job. What kind of job you get? EPF director.
This is a conversation amongst them that they are having. So it's almost like an argument. So they did not just give these guys the $120, but they also promised them to give them something like job.
Again, now what the other guy asking, say what kind of job they will give?
So they promised to give the guy job. They will get a guy's job, and this is it.
The man also go free for him. Musa refuse. The way get away. I refuse. Get away. Or the poor get away.
Look at that bold-faced lie, my man. Right? Look at this. You go tell Zogo and say you're getting where? Tell to go tell the president take you. So, Mr. President, that occasion you saw in your compound, right, was plain in deceit, lies, and it only brought embarrassment to you. But I see your desperation for acclamation. Mr. President, you're demonstrating, you're too interested in, laureates. You won't be healed. This sense of demagoguery has overshadowed or be clouded whatever humbleness that was thought to be in you. Now you see yourself like the supreme, and everybody must go bad now. No matter how. When people in that are very compound EPS, people standing there money you, they're not happy, they're not pleased. They say you mean. How are they coming? We can come in. You can't even, you are like put on get tearing, put them away for more end. For how much? 200 and change salary. Then your people then already know now that all you just let praises. So you say, okay, let's go bring the Zogo then. Bring the t-shirt. We want the budget, you must call the budget. You gotta continue with your player. You must bring the budget for that program. You get the budget again, you. Somebody already now back up on that program. Now, what's that one? The 200 get it drop straight. Then we have people that get it drop like you just get it drop straight.
Coming to intermediate. Messi wait. And then wait. And then you wait. Because I want to you. I want you the means again. You the means again. I want to be calling you. I don't tell you get me? And we'll be ready to meeting to get away. You get away. You're going to remember it for error. And I'm too much. And you're I will lap you in. No reason.
Don't get
Yeah, man. Yeah, they make everything hot done. What kind of way? Anyway, at the end of they say they're going to tell you, bro. Appreciate. That DA will carry on. Go down there. Yeah, hoses over there. I saw Lala the line to you. I think that's a fun man. Yeah, because the whole season, so you believe that.
Finish. But you understand what I say? I say, why get a mayor? They may offer. If I didn't mayor, so the party to get where would I go to the mayor? They may say wait. They may say wait. They may say wait. Yeah, I have to wait for you. Then you have to drive and it's our personal drive.
So there is this guy called Cyrus Mampe, who is from the Unity Party. That he used to do all the things to put the guys together. And they did this basically for reasons, right? One of them is to make the plain July 17 protest by Stan, to make that protest to be like there is no fight to what Stan is trying to protest for. So to undermine Stan's effort, they thought to do this. And secondly, there have been reports of drugs being arrested across the country since the inception of this government. And the president's son, Jojo Boakai, and whatever, they are people who are closely connected to these information about drugs. Abu, I told you the drug that was arrested, where they said that somebody connected to the president's son know that the president's son is here, but they thought to just use that one as a cover up. So they wanted to appear like all of these discovery of drugs in the country are not making sense. So the people now they want to make it appear like the Zogos are getting their senses. They are getting they've getting a real understanding of what the government is doing, and in so doing, they have come up to appreciate the president's effort. But this Cyrus guy was the one who they used to recruit the guys, pay them $20, let's say $200 for 20 men. 150 it should be. I think they say here 150.
The men are driving. The men are driving. For the president,
you know that the officer, the private security will be a person not from about. Listen,
yesterday.
Okay, so now hold it, brother, in there, right? Let's go to the program itself and see what happened.
Thank you. They want rehabilitation.
I didn't want to.
I've been talking to them. You went to rehab today.
He didn't even know what to say. He got jumping. Now what line you can do?
They say you want to get self-training.
The president is less busy.
And reintegrate them into society. They say, I will tell you, love you. And that's why they are here.
Oh, they got off for that, sir?
They will bring one of them to read statement.
Our brother who coming to read the appreciation statement.
Hey guys, so that is so good as that rule that But anyway, let's see how the brother try to read it. Why you want to tell me? Yeah, listen to the message. Man, we are making leg for more inspiration. Correct.
Mr. President, to bring you greetings from the whole adversities across the country. We want to thank the Almighty God for your life.
And see how the man reading? When people wrestle and give you the how you can be.
Mr. President, we will be ungrateful.
Correct.
If we do not appreciate you for your massive development.
Correct.
Your Excellency, we first want to thank you. Thank you for the significant gain your government has made in fighting narcotic drugs out of our society.
Okay, so what is the game? Let's see. So let's listen. The Zogo say the man government are making importing narcotics. So let's listen to the king.
You have been arrested and prosecuted for a daily basis. You have almost erased darkness from our city and community.
Just you that man arrested and prosecuted. Then why you stay in the street taking drugs?
Thank you for the whole influence. So we have been taken across the country.
Road pavement,
where the road pavement? Why are the people let lying be? You won't run government on lie until on the internet says it can't tolerate the nonsense. But folks, you see how childish the government is. You see how irresponsible leadership is on our hands, led by a man thought to be the most experienced either in the race, right? A complete stage managed program, right? I mean, you can do these things. And I like a caller who says, now look, these things do not erase the reality in the people belly. Right? It equally does not address the issue at JFK. Mr. President, after Sunday, when the Zogo were coerced, financially induced, and falsely promised jobs that they do not have qualifications for, Mr. President, there should be a national program to rehabilitate these disadvantaged or underprivileged or at risk, like you said, like you people will call them, youth. Mr. President, we are told that the previous government that you condemn left a project, a rehabilitation project, secure funding from the one UN family in the tune of around $3 to $4 million US to address and rehabilitate these unfortunate youths that are clearly one of the biggest danger hovering over Liberia's future. There's Zogo thing that all of you joking with, where you're baying, they find horses, you're passing around, you're putting fence around it, and you're allowing this creeping danger to continue and lying and mesmerizing and making political speeches in their faces. They don't lie that you are doing rehab center. Same one time he went, he carried media put the poor chloride bottle also chloride, the regular chloride, what everybody can face to the hall. He said that uno capacity, why you not get it, children. The chloride here second bar. When is the next batch of graduates from Dillon rehabilitation what he taking the Monserrado County people money for? Politicians keep lying. Dillon is being a new home on the highway. Dillon, the safety and security of that home, the way you wish to lay down and enjoy yourself in the comfort of that home is threatened by these people that you're using and politicizing their situation for power. Mr. Boakai, this is an existential danger and threat to all of us. It requires servant leadership. It requires smart, far-sighted leadership to engineer programs and policy that deals with it as a national government. Your desire with the at-risk youth must not be for praise and worship, not to have them come in your compound and sing praises unto you for things that you are not doing. Mr. President, you should rally your Ministry of Youth and Sport, right, to develop program, workable program. The impacts will speak for themselves. These Zogos will be too busy on rehabilitation and they wouldn't have the time to go appreciate you. It will be the nation that will appreciate you. It will be their parents who have turned their back on them because of the disgrace that their condition bring to the family. It will be those parents that will take to national platform to appreciate you, Mr. President. This is how you get your appreciation for redeeming Zogos. But not to send your stooge to go and pay them. And they see money you give them, what they do, they go buy drugs and take it. And he said, oh yeah, Zogo and King appreciate me today. Right? Mr. President, ask your co-Bangalo, ask him. There was a turnover note left. There are projects in the pipe. What is stopping it from full implementation? Oh, government needed to match a matching fund. The one UN family already brought her own forth because the contracts were signed. The CDC government that you said was not doing anything about the Zogos. This is what all the Zogos across the country honor our voice. Mr. Weir had a desire to take you off the street, rehabilitate you, and reintegrate you. Train you and give you skills. He pleaded with partners and was able to secure money from the United Nations for you keeping there. Your ask rescue people when they go and do politics with you. Your ask them, say the money what Jawia then lead there for you to take care of all. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with that money? You should ask them. They come to you, they lie. Let few smart people be among you to ask them. So, my people, you're sorry, but I want to ask you, yeah? The money what we hear on the radio say, oh, the time you wear now, yeah? They went to the UN people, they secure some money, they say, oh, for you to work on the program, to move up from in the life here and make a Google citizen and pour back in the society so we'll start contributing. Someone will be masoner, someone will be carpenter, someone will be electrician, someone will be, and you know, just whatever capacity that will be inculcated. Someone will be hired to work on a different road project for the road construction companies. What happened to that money? Every time you lie on the radio, we do not see your intervention. Mr. President, you're running a lying cartel. You're running a propaganda machinery. Liberians are dying under your watch daily. Hunger is taking toll on the people. We've read different reports. If your goal was to undermine the July 17th protest, Mr. President, I'm telling you, you have failed. You're not going to succeed in doing that because the people's minds are made up. Let me read an updated itinerary that I have received from the organizers. It says, good morning, Abu. We the People Movement is conducting its first community outreach today. We will begin in District 7, covering the area from Macklin Street, 2 p.m. to West Point. At West Point, the chairman will hold a rally at West Point Intellectual Center. You can stop the people for standing for their right. How much do you have? You can bribe everybody. The people freely gave you power to transform their life. You have failed and you think the money you're stealing from them, you can use that on them. It's not going to work. The protest will hold. The organizers are committed. And of course, the Liberian people are resolved to demand responsible leadership from this government. If you cannot, let's wait for D-Day. 776-104-104, 86-500-104, plus 231-86-500-104. We are pressed with time, Hagar. We can take few calls.
Definitely we can. Just few calls, then we'll move on right here.
But that's the itinerary.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. I'm here.
Go ahead, boss.
I mean, I thank you for the show, man. This is the boss of Sabu Rata phone in from point 4 to be a start with you in Zimbabwe.
Go ahead.
You know, brother, I'm going to this people confused. You know, I come out with a disadvantage. I can't
So the protest is holding. The organizers are going to begin engaging the communities. Go ahead.
Yeah, just like it, Georgie for King, where they appreciate that from.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
You know, the people were rare. They guys were rare for telling Waka thank you. Because the poor free, they said in a judge, nobody running behind it like we are now. So the poor business running and the free running it, so they got to go appreciate the president. But
and that makes sense.
You got reason to do so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, what you're saying makes sense.
You're right.
Because truly, we're not seeing DA fighting drugs.
Okay, Musa. Let's talk to Musa. Musa Brown, morning.
Hey, good morning, Hagar, and good morning, Abu.
Morning.
You see, it's so laughable. We have been in Liberia. So if we want to put a challenge now and call all the Zogos on the street and just say all the Zogos are supposed to work council, you will not find Zogos more than 10. But you see, in Luabi, this is what Liberia will see under a deceit. The person operating under deceit, Abu. Can you imagine where you will see government of futures? Government is supposed to be a government that will run 24 hours seeking the welfare.
And look at Women P saying and there. Look at Women P.
What? Go and sit down on a Facebook page to discuss government issues, where they will be inviting their friends they know that will talk in their favor, like a dumb like Dr. Lester Stanley, to go and sit and spray out nonsense instead of discussing issues, instead of putting out policies that we.
Lester Tenney not well. Listen, my brother, you know, Lester Tenney not well. His family people say he got mental problem.
Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Let me say good morning to Abu as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I do join you this morning from the Jeremy Junction. You know, I listened to the conversation and I saw the guys on the social media. But you look at the guys physical morphology, they all look the same. They all just look the same. On the physical morphology, you don't even need to ask questions as to whether they are Zogo or not. But just look at the physical morphology. You will get to know that these guys came from the ghetto. What time before you appreciate the person, they're all looking malnourished. Eh? So how can you appreciate somebody and you are malnourished looking? Then you're telling people, say, oh, thank you, Mr. President.
I really want to see the life, the change in your life.
Yeah. They tell the president, Mr. President, thank you for what you did. I mean, it's okay. Oh man, we finished, man. They're coming finished.
All right.
All right, David. Okay, David. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
The minister then I touch your
Morning. Okay, I will not take you holding us on here. 086 104 104. Let's talk to this 500. Let's talk to this person. Morning. Morning, Chief. You're live on the radio.
James Labro.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting for the Tasha West Point.
Go ahead.
You know, Abu and they got there's one reason the Super went over there. I guess they two they went there to tell the president thank you, at least he is not working. They can do the thing open there now, they can hide it. More is coming in the country, Lufa. And do the president's son. So they went there to appreciate the president with that also too. So just obstruct the upcoming protests in July 17. But we, the concerned citizens of West Point, we are with Morba Kemolo for that identical program today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, Pastor recording from Broadway.
Okay.
But one thing I want to appreciate people for the discussion. They said Zogo. But Zogo, the interview I'm listening to, I don't hear them pressing the president of helping them. I want to say, Walota Streeler. So what Streeler going to do with Zogo? There's a serious man Zogo in there. Because Streeler is posting them for their habit. So how would they appreciate president?
And that's the question. That's the concern. Everybody. So why they so appreciating the president?
So it's just a makeup because if the Zogo are they playing somewhere.
Do you think, my brother? Do you think the president deserves appreciation at this point?
I think the president has done. So that I would like to have all that go on outside what they're talking about. What's up, people? What's up?
Okay. Okay. Let's talk to Edmond Carr. Edmond, morning.
Good morning, Higa and Abu Love. This is the dullest PRO, if not the voice on the part of the unity government that ever happened in the country or ever existed. Are you killing me? If you want to paint your image correctly or in the right direction, Zogo, the father and the tenor that you gave them, the next 2 hours time, they blow it out. So, can you go and write something to give it to somebody to read it to appreciate you? You're telling me that we're telling you thank you for fighting drugs in the country, but you guys already said it. That because of the news that are coming from Lofa, every now and then they are taking huge amount of drugs from Lofa County, and then they have come down to go on. As I said in the other presentation, I said the reality still remains. That doesn't change anything in the market.
Okay.
That doesn't change anything on the street.
All right.
Drugs as wasting. Drugs is all over. And in fact, he just carried them so that they can be able to promote his son market. Because it is clear that his children or one of his son is seriously involved in drugs activity. So the money that they got,
Edmond
they
Carr.
went right behind the fence.
Thank you.
To continue to promote.
Thank
the
you,
child.
Edmond Carr.
Okay, Edmond. Abu, we are
All the Liberian people ask for, Mr. President, is to bring the rate down. Mr. President, all the Liberian people want from you is to ensure that the price of basic commodities are reduced. Control the rate. Control the transportation fare. Mr. President, Liberian feel completely insecure when the Liberian National Police that must be providing national protection for each and everybody have been reduced now to what? To bodyguards, to business merchants, Lebanese and Indian merchants in the country. Mr. President, the Liberian National Police have been reduced to security guards, watchmen at concession facilities. Mr. President, when Liberians are vulnerable, the Police Inspector General uses the traffic ticketing as an opportunity to extort from road users and what? Buy vehicle for the president, the vice president, the Putin, and higher ups in the government. There's a particular police escort jeep that Gregory Cuomo,
You're talking about that blue jeep
and white, use that ticketing from the LTM, Liberal Traffic Management people, to buy, right? And these things, Mr. President, are creating serious pandemonium, even within the police. Even within the police. President, you need to rescue. You have not rescued anything. Whoever told you have rescued anything, they're lying to you. Hey, God, we got to go. Time is up.
We will be here on tomorrow, Abu, to continue with the Liberian people's job. So until then, let's keep the peace of Liberia.
Okay, tomorrow we will be here, and of course we go full blast into the corruption, nepotism, fraud,
When they were coming, they said they were freedom.
payroll paddling at the Monrovia City Corporation. When fields and theirs are overwhelming the streets of Monrovia,
When they came, yeah,
millions are being siphoned
what kind of people they
in clandestine payrolls.
what kind of people?
Oh yeah, John Chiru Siafa,
Freedom fighter, you raping
the short pants man, will be our breakfast,
children.
the top on the breakfast menu for tomorrow. So somebody should let him know
Ayo, 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 ayo.
that we have all of the pieces,
Ayo, yo, ayo, ayo.
and tomorrow is D-Day.
Ayo.
All those victimized by John Chiru Siafa terrible leadership at MCC,
Ayo,
join us tomorrow for a sumptuous breakfast.
ayo.
My name is Abu, and of course, Hagar was here as always. Until we meet you tomorrow, this is Freedom 87.9, the People's Radio, and it's bye-bye for now.